So today we're going to study lesson number 4, Arjun's homework from the book Life Ready Standard 1. Let's begin.
Chapter 4, Arjun's homework. Let's start. Arjun has just returned from football practice. He is drinking his milk and talking to his mother. His mother is proud of him for the good performance he had shown in his last match. Suddenly, Arjun stopped talking. He has remembered something important. Arjun, Mummy, teacher has asked each student to make a poster on her favorite festival. Mother, that's a very good idea. Which is your favorite festival? Arjun, I like Diwali the most. Mother, well, then you must make a poster on Diwali. So, in the story, a boy called Arjun has just returned from his football practice and he's drinking milk, and the mother is very proud. Why? Because he has given a good performance in the last match. And suddenly, when they were talking, they were having a conversation, Arjun stopped and he remembered something. What did he remember? He remembered that his teacher has given him a project to make a poster of favorite festival. So the mother asked Arjun, which is Arjun's favorite festival. So he replied that Diwali is my favorite festival. And mother said Arjun to make a poster on Diwali.
Arjun, but mummy, how will I make it on my own? Why don't you make it for me? I will surely get a prize for it then. Now Arjun wants her mother to make the project. Now what the mother said? Mother is quiet for few minutes. Then she smiled and says, why don't I tell you a story first? We will talk about the poster later. Arjun is happy. He lies down and waits for his mother to begin the story. So the mother says to Arjun, we'll talk about the poster later, but before, let me tell you a story. And mother is going to tell a story to Arjun. Mother. Once a mother sparrow made her nest in a young green wheat field. As the days passed, the wheat stalks grew tall and the young birds too grew in strength. Then one day, when the ripe golden grain waved in the breeze, the farmer and his son came to the field. The mother sparrow had gone in search of food and only the baby birds were in the nest. Now the story is about a mother sparrow. A mother sparrow builds a nest in the field, and one day she has gone in search of food and only baby birds were in the nest. This wheat is now ready for reaping, said the farmer to his son. We must call our neighbours and friends to help us harvest it. The young sparrows were frightened. Now the baby sparrows were frightened. Why? Because the farmer and the son is going to cut the field. For they knew they would be in great danger. They did not leave the nest before the farmers came. And when the mother sparrow turned with food for them, they told her what they had heard. Do not be frightened, children, said the mother bird. If the farmer said he would call his neighbors and friends to help him do his work, this wheat will not be cut for a while yet. So what mother said? Don't worry. If the farmer said that they will take the help of their neighbors and friends to cut the grains, so they are not going to do it now. A few days later, the wheat was so ripe, means it was ready to harvest, that when the wind shook the stalk, a few pile of wheat's grain came down on the young sparrow's head. The farmer came to field again with his son. Now again the farmer came with the son and they had a conversation. If this wheat is not harvested at once, said the farmer, we shall lose half the crop. We cannot wait any longer for help for our friends. Tomorrow we must set to work ourselves. Now the farmer and the son, what did they said? That we are not going to wait for anyone. We are not going to wait for any help. We have to do it on our own. Otherwise, half the crop will lose. So, after that, what happened? When the young birds told their mother what they had heard that day, she said, then we must be off at once. She said to the children, to the baby sparrows, that we have to leave this place at once. When a person decides to do his own work and not depend on anyone else, then you may be sure there will be no more delay. The work will get done on no time. So, what the mother sparrow wants to explain the children, that the farmer and the son has decided to do the work on their own without any help. That means they are going to do the work without delay. So it's better to leave the place at once.
There was hopping and fluttering that afternoon, and at sunrise the next day, when the farmer and his son cut down the grains, they found an empty nest. Empty nest means the baby birds have flied away. Arjun is quiet. Now, after hearing the story, Arjun is quiet the whole evening. When he comes back from play, he goes to mother and says, Mummy, I will make the poster on my own. I have understood that self-help is the best help. So what the mother want to explain? That self-help is the best help. His mother smiled proudly at him. So his mother was very happy and she smiled at him. So this was the story. Now let's do the exercises. Question number 1. Fill in the blanks with words from the story. First one. Arjun was drinking his milk. Second. Arjun performed well in a football match. Third. His favorite festival is Diwali. Fourth. Mother Sparrow had gone to look for food. Fifth. A farmer and his son cut the grain. Now the next question is answer the following. First one, what homework did Arjun have? Answer, Arjun had to make a poster on his favorite festival. Second question, in which field did Mother Sparrow build her nest? Answer, Mother Sparrow built her nest in a young green wheat field. Question number 3. Why did the farmer want to call his neighbors and friends? Answer. The farmers wanted to call his neighbors and friends to help them to harvest the wheat. Question number 4. What did Arjun understood in the end? Answer. In the end, Arjun understood that self-help is the best help.